You see, when I say my standard is the highest, I am not talking about reaching a peak that everyone else can see. I am talking about an internal alignment that refuses to settle for the crumbs of external validation. We have been conditioned to believe that our value is a variable, something that fluctuates based on our latest win or our newest habit. But that mindset is exactly what keeps the finish line moving further away. The moment you decide that your worth is non-negotiable, the entire game changes. You stop running toward a version of yourself that you think you should be, and you start operating from the truth of who you already happen to be. This shift is subtle, but it changes everything about how you move through the world. Most people are operating on a treadmill of lack, convinced that the next achievement will finally be the one that grants them permission to exhale. But you and I know better. We know that if the foundation is built on the idea that something is missing, then no amount of success can ever truly fill that void. Realizing your potential is not about adding more layers to your persona, it is about stripping away the noise and the propaganda that told you that you were incomplete. It is about recognizing that the power you seek is already fueling the very search you are on. When your aim is the truest, your actions become an expression of your soul rather than a plea for applause. You begin to realize that the highest standard is actually a state of being where you are no longer at war with yourself. This is where true growth happens, not because you hate where you are, but because you love the process of expanding. You are moving away from the desperate need for evidence and toward a quiet, unshakable confidence. And as you step into this new way of existing, you will find that the world reflects this inner peace back to you in ways that no amount of superficial self-improvement ever could. When you stop and really look at it, the distance between who you are and who you want to be is often just a collection of stories you have been told. We spend our lives trying to bridge a gap that does not actually exist, acting as if our worth is a puzzle with missing pieces. But what if the pieces were never missing? What if the feeling of being incomplete is simply the result of looking in the wrong direction? The truth is that you cannot earn a nature that is already yours. You are not a project to be finished. You are a reality to be experienced. The moment you stop treating yourself like a broken machine that needs fixing, you finally give yourself the space to breathe. This is not about giving up on growth, but about changing the fuel that drives it. Instead of running away from a sense of not enough, you begin to move toward a deeper expression of what is already true. You start to see that every high-pressure demand you place on yourself is just another layer of noise. When that noise settles, you find a quiet, steady strength that does not need a title or a trophy to justify its presence. This realization is the ultimate freedom because it takes the power out of the hands of the world and places it back where it belongs. You no longer need to wait for a sign or a bit of praise to feel like you have arrived. You are already here. You have always been here. Every breath you take is proof of a potential that is far too vast to be measured by a social media feed or a bank account. By simply being present with this truth, you stop undermining your own greatness and finally start living it. If this perspective is shifting something within you, I invite you to join our community by subscribing. I would also love to hear your thoughts in the comments. How does it feel to realize that you are not a project to be fixed, but a reality to be experienced? When you finally stop looking for a mirror and other people to tell you that you are worthy, you reclaim an incredible amount of energy. Most of us are exhausted because we are trying to win a game where the rules are written by people who are just as lost as we are. But imagine for a moment that the drive to improve is not a desperate climb up a ladder. Imagine instead that it is an overflow of the life already inside of you. When you move from this center, you are no longer trying to fill a hole. You are simply allowing your true nature to take shape in the world. This is where self-improvement transforms into a form of art. It is no longer about correcting a mistake, but about the joy of creation. You do not paint a canvas because the blank space is wrong. You paint because the expression itself is a celebration. In the same way, taking care of your body, sharpening your mind, or learning a new skill becomes a way of honoring your potential rather than trying to earn it. You are not building a person, you are letting the person you already are shine through the clutter of old habits and tired expectations. There is a profound quietness that comes with this realization. The frantic need to be someone evaporates, leaving behind the simple reality of being. From this space, every action you take is grounded in truth. You are no longer a slave to the impulses of ego or the hollow promises of external status. You are self-sourced, meaning your value is generated from within and projected outward. This is the highest standard of living, where you are finally free to explore the vastness of your potential without the heavy chains of not being enough holding you back. When you operate from a foundation that is already full, you are no longer chasing a horizon that stays out of reach. You begin to see that the destination was never a place you had to arrive at, it was the very ground you were standing on all along. The illusion that you are moving through time toward a better version of yourself simply dissolves. In its place, you find the eternal present, a space where every action is a celebration of what is already there. You are not trying to get something out of your life, you are pouring the fullness of your spirit into it. Think of a tiny seed. It does not stress about becoming an oak tree, it simply unfolds because the entire blueprint of the towering branches and the deep roots is already held within its heart. You are exactly the same. Every version of you, every success, and every spark of genius is already contained within your being. You are not building these things from scratch. You are simply allowing them to manifest. This means that the experience you are seeking, the peace, the power, the love, is available to you right this second. It is not a reward for future hard work, it is the natural state of your soul. So, go ahead and improve. Build the business, strengthen the body, and learn the skills. But do it with a wink and a smile, knowing that none of it makes you more than you already are. When you stop outsourcing your worth to symbols and approvals, you finally become free. You are the source. You are the wholeness you once thought you had to earn. From this place of deep, unshakable self-appreciation, you can finally stop searching and start truly living. You are the love, you are the potential, and you are finally free to create exactly what you desire. To help you bridge the gap between understanding this truth and actually living it, I have created a free self-inquiry workbook. It is designed to guide you through the process of questioning those old patterns of lack and reconnecting with your internal source. You can download it via the link below and start your journey of realization today.